Well, go on as people begin to tap in. Please put a number one in the chat. I'm also live on YouTube and also live on Facebook. Boy, we got some things to talk about, got some things to discuss. We're going to tap into it a little bit. We on point with this one. And this is another reason why I will be doing a live stream on Rumble and Twitch. Probably later on tonight, probably tomorrow. Because the conversations that I have, will be having, topics, I will be going ham in. So you can catch me on Rumble. You can catch me on Twitch. I'm still going to do YouTube Live. I'm still going to do Facebook Live. But Rumble, this more lenient. I can really dive in with the things that I want to dive in with as far as the topics and what to say. You follow me? Shout out to my homegirl, Kim Iverson. She has some things to say. I have some things to say, and then the spirit of the universe going to take us home. Like I said, you tuning in, you tapping in on YouTube, get them likes up. Tap in, put a number one in the chat. On my Facebook Live, put a number one in the chat so I know you here. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and let's get this work.
The last major shift in this was almost 50 years ago with the Iranian Revolution in 1979.
Now, check out what my boy, Truth Unedited, has to say. He's going to break some things down. All right? Want to give him a shout out, too. Let's continue.
Which the United States played a major role in helping establish Khomeini in power. But that's another story. When this revolution started, it produced a major shift in the Middle East region because there was a major shift of power for the Shias. And it has been Khomeini who has been the major power figure of the Shiites. Iran represents about 95% of the Shiites, I believe. Khomeini was the one that controlled much of the conflict. So now with him out of the way, there's now a shift in power. They say they were replacing the leader, but we do not know what that brings. The Saudis, who represent major control of the Sunnis, they are claimed to be a part of the attack on Iran. As the Washington Post reports that a push from Saudi Arabia helped Trump move this decision to attack. Propaganda, but it's still the narrative. The point I'm making is that a major player that controlled the religion is now gone. And that narrative leaves room for massive chaos and violence. And this is what should be expected in the near term. There will be no peace in the Middle East during this period of time because chaos is the goal. Please understand that there's a satanic agenda in the midst of everything in this world.
Of course, there's always been an agenda. There's always been chaos. There's always been a lot of things forming, bubbling. The only difference is a large number of individuals ain't been paying attention. They've been paying attention to the wrong things. What have I been saying? What's going on to the right has everybody's attention. But what you should be paying attention to, what's going on to the left. What's really hood with what's going on behind you, the things that you don't see. But like I've also highlighted this year, a large number of individuals are going to get punished. Punishments are being handed out, and we're seeing it in real-time form. So if you've been sitting, if you've been observing, if you've been reporting, this ain't nothing new to you. Because Yeshua already showed you. He already told you. He's shown you in the spirit what was going to happen to the individuals that have sold their soul to the things of this world and made money and material things their God.
The media is not going to report it, and Christians are going to go all around it because they don't know what's happening right now. I'll get to them shortly. Most people are not looking straight in the direction that this is leading because most people are not ready. So understand the Antichrist does not come until there is major conflict in this world. All the major religions believe a Messiah is coming to bring peace. This false Messiah the world is waiting for will not come until peace is removed from the earth. And so what has happened in Iran is a major escalation that brings major implications towards this, and there will be consequences. The more attacks you see in Iran, the more you should expect the other nations to engage. They did not move with Venezuela. There's obviously a moment everyone's waiting for. It's important that you also don't forget about China. Don't forget about China and Taiwan.
These are the two you really want to pay attention to. I'm going to say it one more again. These are the two that you really want to pay attention to.
Because with the United States engaging so strongly in Iran, it's likely that China will move soon to gain their edge with the semiconductors in Taiwan. The narrative is very much forming. And so it's important that the remnant is ready. Be ready for problems. Do not be moved by the media. Do not let them direct your steps.
Don't let the media tell you what to do or what's going to happen. You have to be in a place, in a space where you're not moved by propaganda, news media, saying things to fit their own narratives, editing the truth, not really telling you everything that you need to hear, but telling you things that you should hear. I'm trying to tell you, tap in. I got a couple of stories to go over. I got a couple of reactions, conversation and reviews, talk that I'll be having that type of discussion on Rumble. Because I'll have the green light, we say, to go ham in how I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But I will say this. This is the time to wake up, people. You got to be careful of what you hear in the news media. Hold on. Sorry for that. I had to wipe the anointing from my eyes. You have to be willing to look at things with an open mind, number one, and you have to be willing to do your research. I always tell people, if there's things that you do not know, do your research. That's number one. Pay attention to what's being done right in front of your face. I mean, when I'm telling you that they playing you and they doing what they doing, thinking you're not going to catch it. Yeah, we can go as far as the berry punch. Now it's okay to speak about COVID-19, but back then you couldn't. Sit up there and let them people control you. And control you. Scare you. The best way to control people is to keep them in fear. That this virus was so deadly and it was nothing but a damn flu. But it had a large number of individuals shook. And now there's more evidence coming out now. Like I said, catch your boy Big Truck on Rumble. I'm able to go in with my facts. I'm able to go in with things. Now we really gonna have a grown folk adult conversation and get down to the nitty gritty of it. Let's continue the feast.
Here's what I know. None of this has anything to do with us. I have been speaking about judgment for a while now. I do not think that it's a coincidence that all this has happened at the same time of all this rejection of Yahuwah that has transpired over the last couple of weeks with this debate about the Trinity and everyone saying that Jesus is their God. Judgment is happening, and it's coming from the majority of this world. If you've been focused on Yahuwah and you're aligned to him, you must understand that the only thing that is about you is that Yahuwah is stirring the world up for us because we are soon to be gathered back to him.
But he said it's going to happen. I'm going to cause chaos. There's going to be wars. There's going to be some people that are going to transition. But he said, if you stay close to me, I will not let nothing come near your dwelling. However, you going to see the punishments that I'm going to hand out to people that have rejected the truth and believed the lie. So all the stuff that we're seeing, why do you got gas prices so high in California? Why do you have Exxon? Okay, excuse me. Why do you have Exxon and Valero Gas pulling out? What's really going on? What's going on behind the scenes that the news media is not telling you? But see, when you look at it and you look at what's really going on and you look at how people treat each other and what people are doing to each other, it's like, man, y'all following right into the trap. You following right into it. We got population control. Okay. Then you have separation, division. That's what that means. Separate, divide, set apart. Separating individuals apart from each other, having them do this, go at it with each other, to the point even killing each other. But look, while people on the other side sitting back laughing, they opened up a door to this agenda. Let's open up the door and start throwing things out there and see where it sticks. Boy, a whole lot of ish is sticking, ain't it?
The world is gearing up for the Antichrist. And in order for him to come, there's going to be a lot of pain and chaos in this world. It's coming. Their order does not come without chaos. And so you have seen that they are ready for it, which is why they moved in Iran. We have been hearing about their desire to move in Iran for a while now. You have to consider what changed now. It's important that you're living very mindful right now. Please be ready for conflict wherever you are. I've given a lot of warnings about preparing for all this, so I won't go over that in this video. But what I will cover is the warning that I have for the remnant. I have a warning and a lot of advice for the remnant, but before I give it, I have words for everyone else. I know there are many of you that just come on these videos, even knowing that you're going to disagree. You're just coming here to see what I'm going to say. Well, thank you for being here. This message is for you. If you have not aligned your life to the will of Yahuwah, if you have not made him the God that you serve, if you made it your purpose to fight for your Christian religion, to fight for your Christian beliefs that are completely inspired and influenced by Greek philosophy, arguing that Jesus is your God, you have rejected our Father in heaven, Yahuwah. You don't know him. It is your purpose to fight for your Christian religion, to fight for your Christian you, and you are right now in a period of exposure. You're going to see where all the lies that your pastors have been telling you will actually lead you. I've made many videos about this over the past years, trying to warn people and wake you up before the time comes. It seems like the time is right now. It's here. If you've been fighting against it, you got problems on your hand. As an example, maybe 6 months back, I made a video explaining how you can see that your pastor is lying to you, leading you to the mark of the beast. This video right here. There are so many people that fought against it because you're tied to the lie. But if you notice what's happening in the mainstream, they're not even hiding it anymore. They're straight up showing you their agenda.
The wonderful people.
Again, things are being done and shown to you right in front of your face, like you're not going to catch it. Now, on the other hand, there are a handful of people that do catch it. You cannot be sucked in, people. I sit back and I watch the show. because I know what it is. I know what it entails. I know what's going to happen. I know the truth. But again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
People who made this possible by their generosity, contributing to something that is historic and something that is a living memorial of what God has done. It was 4,000 years ago here in this city on Mount Moriah where God chose his people. He not only chose a people, but he chose a place. And then he chose for the people in this place a purpose. The people were the Jewish people. The place was Israel.
And it's something when he said chose his people. Let's bring clarity. Let's go on ahead and bring this thing home. When Yeshua said he chose his people, he meant the Hebrew Jews. Okay? Now, when it comes to different people, individuals, religion, background, I don't get into all of that. Okay? I really don't. This is none of my thing. My course of my professional years of playing football, we've had different individuals from different cultural backgrounds. Okay? Some my best friends are Jewish, and we cool. We eat, we share meals together. We played this sport foot. The only time we came up against a color was green, making sure our money was right. But other than that, nothing but pure love and respect. Now, everybody else can see things different. That's on y'all. I know for me and mine, when it comes to individuals and their different culture backgrounds, I always show love and respect. That's how you roll.
And the purpose was to be a light to the world and to show that we don't have to look for God because he is looking for us.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And that is what so separates the long history of why this city is so important. It's also a reminder to us that this little bitty sliver of real estate on the vast planet Earth is the most contested piece of land in all of human history. Not because of just those who want it, but because of those who don't want the Jewish people to have it.
You see that? That's a bold-faced lie. Our Father didn't make a covenant with the Jewish people. Find the scripture that says that. If you read the Old Testament, you should be able to see that for yourself, though. I mean, they're even telling you that they're fighting for the converted ones, the ones who converted to this belief, not the actual biblical people.
Who has a right to the land?
Yeah.
And you said it's a mixture of religion and ethnicity. Because as I noted, and you agree, many of the founders, maybe the majority of the founders of modern Israel, did not believe in God at all. So
I'm going to be fast forwarding. So FYI.
they were not religious Jews. They weren't religious. Well, you've just told there are not something land that exists to know.
Yes, you could.
I'm uncomfortable with that. I'll just say that.
But there are people
Really expecting that the pre-tribulation rapture is going to happen at any moment, because it's very clear that tribulation is coming upon this world. The world is a powder keg. So because many of you believe in this false doctrine, you guys are believing that you're going to be disappearing soon. Many of you are going to really be taken hard when you find out how much of these false doctrines you've been following. And it's going to be bad for you.
A large number of individuals have been lied to. When you read the Torah for yourself, you really have to dive in deep into that. And you have to read with an open mind. The things that you are reading in the Torah and what is being said to you or shown or spoken or whatever the case may be, you know this is something totally different. Now, granted, you have some good spiritual teachers out there, but you also have some ones that be lying to you and false teaching, claiming to be sent by Yeshua, but stepped behind the pulpit to carry out their own agenda. And the moment you question, the moment you ask, the moment something that doesn't sit well within your spirit and you share it, look at how you're treated. But yet, you want to say you a man or woman of God. But soon as a person has a concern, has a challenge, has a question, because something doesn't sit well, and they address that, or they ask to receive clarity. Okay.
Right now is the time for repentance. Right now. You got to humble yourself. Admit to yourself that you were not seeking out our Father truly. You were seeking out religion. You weren't studying the word to make his word change you. You were using his words to justify your doctrines. Admit that you don't know Yahuwah, the Elohim of Yasharel, which is why most of you don't even have the authority or the right to say his name. You have rejected the truth of who his chosen people are, and you are not ready for what is about to happen in this world. Because everything that you're about to see is about the world being held ransom for the children of Yasharel. Yeah, there's a satanic goal for the Antichrist, the third temple, the mark of the beast. Everybody knows about all that. And sadly, many...
Again, we've been talking about this back in the 90s. When I was in a Black Student Union at Long Beach City College, we was talking about this. You see what I'm saying? Everything that we've been talking about have been taught, spoke upon back in the 90s. Look what's happening now. And we in the 2000s. So those that were prepared back then, those that opened up their mind, their eyes and their ears then, those are the ones that don't have nothing to worry about. Those are the ones that are sitting back, eating some rice and peas, oxtail, jerk chicken, rum punch, sitting back watching the show. Because even though back then they were taught this, they was also taught how to move and how to stay humble and stay ready so that they don't have to get ready.
Many of you are going to be a part of it because you've been attached to falsehoods. The reason you're going to be a part of it is because you've been attached to lies and false doctrines, and you have no idea what our Father has actually prophesied to do. He said it all in his word that you're not actually reading. So I say this all in love, that you need to repent and humble yourself tremendously, because right now, many of you are just fighting for lies. You're fighting for religion. No different than what the Muslims are about to do. Many of you are going to be used against us. It happened before in history. It's going to happen again. It's prophesied. But there is no power in your hand. It's only desperation. What you need to do is repent. Turn to Yahuwah. Believe in Yahusha, the true Messiah. Read your Bible from the beginning straight through and learn what it says without your doctrines of false religion. This is a sincere plea, for I do not wish that anyone falls. It's time that you wake up, because we're only at the beginning. And things, they can happen fast. And if you're not ready, you will be taken down.
So much can happen that a large number of individuals won't be able to grasp it or to go over your head. So many individuals are focused on the wrong things. Say, Big Truck, what do you mean? Go on TikTok. Go on social media. Sit back and listen to what's being said, how it's being said, and who. You'll sit back and you'll be like, wow, is this really how they feel about you? Is this really what's going on? But yet, they don't get it. Most do not see the damage that they've created. Most don't see nor pay attention to the fires that they started.
And that's what I have to say to you. I'm happy you were watching the video, even though you came to disagree. Now you've at least heard the warning. But my message and my main concern is really for the remnant. For the remnant, before this attack on Iran happened, you should have been noticing that there's been a shift happening. I'm talking spiritually. It's important that we are mindful of it, because if we do not recognize it, we can be taken down by it. I'm giving this warning because I personally was affected by it over the past couple of weeks, and I had to really recognize what was happening and make sure that I wasn't allowing the enemy to manipulate me. I'll explain. My warning to the remnant is to not allow the enemy to provoke your flesh and make you move through his influence. This is a goal that he absolutely is on right now.
This is where you have to humble yourself. This is where you have to look within. This is not the time to get caught up in what the news media say. This is not the time to get caught up and worked up, because individuals are going to come with the foolishness. This is where we have to use wisdom and discernment. This is time where we have to know where to be, know where not to be, know where to say, know what not to say, know where to go, know where not to go. Sometimes we may have to sit it down for a little bit. That's it. And in doing so, now you're being obedient to what the Most High say. Now you're getting out of your own way and allowing Yahweh to get in the way.
Now, if you don't recognize it, you could be taken down by it. We are waiting for the tribulation period to start. We cannot get to the second Exodus without our Father moving forward with all that he prophesied would happen. And one of the major things that must occur in the tribulation is the opening of the second seal that I've been speaking of. This is peace being taken from the earth. Now here's the thing. When this is mostly spoken of, we see it in the view that I was speaking of earlier, primarily with war. Like when we talk about it, we primarily attribute it to World War III, which is not a wrong application. Like I do believe that when World War III starts, this is when we can know for certain that the seal has been lifted. So just because I see the attack in Iran, it doesn't say for certain that the seal has been removed, because it's still regional.
No, but you will know. And this is why we're going to pay attention. This is why we're going to sit and listen. This is why we're going to observe. See, individuals, when you have peace in your life and you are an individual that moves differently than most, none of this stuff is going to faze you, because you're going to be in a place where you know how to move quietly and strategically. This is why I share with a lot of individuals. Move quietly and strategically. That will kill and destroy anything that speaks loud. Because when you at that place where you can do that, You're not going to let nothing bother you. Nothing is going to phase you. This stuff here ain't going to phase you. Man, prices are going up. But when you are peaceful and you are humble, that stuff is not going to bother you. You're going to know how to navigate through it and still be all right and still protect your home and still protect your loved ones and those that are around you and your household. No one suffers. But you got to get to there. You got to get there. You got to get to that point. Maybe some things need to be taken away from you so that you can learn how to be humble, learn how to move quietly and strategically, learn how to sit down and shut up, learn how to speak when spoken to. A lot of basic things a large number of individuals are going to have to relearn how to do because so many have got caught up in their own way, in the worldly way, instead of moving out the way and allowing Yahweh to get in the way.
It doesn't affect the world initially, but the consequences that happen later can. What just happened in Iran is like lighting a match to a fuse. Either way, we can see that things are very close to happening. And so with all that happening, it's very easy just to focus on the war. But I tell you one thing that I don't think that many of us consider with the second seal being removed is the effect against the individual. Understand, peace being taken from the earth is not just about war. It's about the removal of peace. This is why everyone's going to want to kill each other. And when this happens, when peace is taken from the earth, this world is going to be angry and everyone is going to want to fight. Like as I just said with noticing the spiritual shift, just take notice with how Christians that disagree with you, they are very difficult to speak to. Like for me, with this ministry, it is not my desire to force anyone to just agree with me. If you disagree and you think I'm all these negative things that people want to say about me, that's fine. I just believe that we're going to see in the end. There's no reason.
It's almost like folk are going to always find something to speak upon your soul about, to say something, do something. Not everybody's going to like everybody. There's going to be some things individual going to hate you for. This is not the time to get in your feelings. This is not the time to get in your emotions. This is the time for you to open up your mind, open up your ears. This is the time to where you want to prepare to pick up your shoulder pads and your helmet and walk alone. Can't take everybody with you. Because of a large number of individuals' behavior, they don't need to be with you no way. Sometimes we let the wrong people around us. Sometimes we open up the doors for the wrong people, and the people we should be opening up the doors for, we don't.
Reason for me to fight about your own soul. It's your soul. Imagine me fighting more for your soul than you are. So I can let things go and leave it to our Father. There's no reason, because you disagree with me, for me to make you my enemy unless you're acting in a manner that you want to be my enemy. But you see, that's not the mindset with Christians for multiple reasons. You're just not able to disagree with them without them disrespecting you, misrepresenting your words, trying their hardest to discredit you. I mean, they do a whole bunch. The ironic thing is that they say they're followers of Christ, but it seems like they believe that their anointed one, who they also say is their God, he allows them to walk in their flesh and bear false witness on others who they disagree with. And I say this for a reason. You need to be on guard of them right now. Please understand that these people are fighting against the truth.
And also, it's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual fight. Has nothing to do with you, me, them, they, her. It's a spiritual fight between good and evil. I'm seeing that. It's easy for me to sit up here and say, I hate my ex-wife with a passion because of how she did me. That's not me speaking. Using this analogy. But you see how it's easy for some individuals to open up doors and allow hatred in to where they start speaking it. Hate, to me, hate is such a disgusting, disrespectful word, distasteful word. When you can sit up there and say you hate someone, you hate another human being. Now you can say I dislike this individual for what they've done. But when you got people saying I hate you, that's some pure evil that sits in here. Pure evil. But again, you have these same individuals that speak that same rhetoric, but talk about they're a Christian. Talk about I love you with the love of the Lord. But you just got through speaking hate. You just got through doing evil deeds. But you see how it's what? Where they do that at? But we're seeing how things shift, how this generation has shifted, how this time has shifted. Where you got the same people that talk about they're a Christian, they're a lover of God, but then spitting hate and venom on another individual, gaslighting, using and abusing another individual, causing mental and bodily harm to another individual. But yet they will have the audacity to say they are a Christian and they are a lover of God. Where do they do that at? Y'all put a number 1 in the chat, whether on Facebook or YouTube. Please put a number 1 in the chat. Like the video. If you hadn't already, please subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
And in order for them to justify their lies, they are going to be fighting against you. They're going to be provoking you. Please recognize that there are people that want to move you in your flesh. It is very important that you are very mindful about the times that we're in. The times are changing, and these people want to get you to come out of your flesh heavy. That's all they want. I have a lot of enemies in this world. There are people that have made it their whole personal goal in life to become.
But you cannot allow situations, circumstances, and individuals to take you out of your element. If you've worked hard to create that peace around you, you cannot move out of character. Yes, there will be people that will try you. And I guarantee you, many of y'all out there have had some individuals try you. But it's all a test. That's all. It's just a test. Can you pass the test? Everybody have different tests. Your relationship can be tested. Your marriage can be tested. You, single, can be tested. It doesn't matter. Are you prepared to take your test? Have you been studying for your tests? Are you prepared? Do you know what your test is going to consist of?
Become my enemy. Some of it's very unhealthy. I mean, some of these people making videos about me are literally obsessed with me. I'm all they think about. My point in bringing them up is that I know the agenda. They are trying to get me to move through my flesh. Everything they do is desire to push me to be angry or to lash out. But all I feel is sadness for them and their family. It's because I understand the agenda and what's happening. Like in this last case, every time I've tried to push worship of Yahuwah, these people come out of nowhere and want to get me off track of it. It's because Satan does not want the world to worship Yahuwah. I know it has nothing to do with me. is because these people hate our Father.
And also don't want nothing shared that has something to do with positivity. The positive things that women are doing, the positive things that men are doing, the positive things that couples are doing. Anything that shows positive, that shows good, that shows masculine and feminine. Nah, I don't want that. They rather have the chaos. They rather have the foolery. Because a large number of individuals have sold their soul to the things of this world and have made money and material things their God. That's why when you speak upon something positive and something good, now you get shamed. Especially if you post it. Run tell that.
And so if I fall for their tactics, then I let them win. That won't happen. And it's because I'm mindful of the game. And that's what I'm trying to communicate to the remnant. Right now, things are going to get crazier. Unless you are completely isolated and you're not speaking to anyone around you, you must understand that you have enemies around you. You have to recognize the enemy when he's coming at you and learn not to make it too emotional when it happens. With these times that we're entering in, with peace being removed from the earth,
I like what he said. The enemy, when the enemy comes around you, you know who that enemy is and you know what their intentions is. The thing is, don't allow the enemy to take you out of your element. If you are in that peaceful place, don't allow the enemy to take you out of that peaceful place. Because the enemy will. Don't let the enemy steal your joy. You keep your joy. You keep your peace. I'm not saying you got to live your life in a cocoon. No, you got to know who to deal with and who not to deal with. You got to know who to open up the doors for and who not to open up the doors for. In parentheses.
This is going to mean that those who are not attached to Yahuwah are going to be like provoked zombies anytime you speak for Yahuwah and his righteousness, because they are all attached to the God of this world and his agenda, and they don't want to recognize it. So in order to justify themselves, they think fighting you and disrespecting you and ridiculing you, they think that's going to be the answer for them. If they can bring you down and speak down about you, it justifies them in their heart. And if you study history, you can learn a lot from what happened in the past. Like if you ever study the Spanish Inquisition, you can learn a great deal about what to expect from Christians.
You can learn. I'll put it to you like this. It was once said, a good man's work is never done. When you are a good person, whether you are male or female, you a good person, your work is never done. And you're going to have individuals coming up against you because you're doing something that is righteous. You're not following the crowd of the wicked. You're not living for the world. You're not doing what the people of the world do. We call it Kodashim, set apart ones. You have deliberately set yourself apart from those that move and operate in this world. Because you see that the way that they are moving and operating is not of Yah. It is of Hashatan, Satan himself. Whether you seeing it on social media, especially on social media, you see it. Why is it a large number? Do I really want to go there with it? Do I really, really want to go there with it? We see a large number of modern individuals that will make tons of videos shaming black men, disrespecting black men. We see that. I say the quiet stuff out loud. But again, when you have set yourself apart away from all of that, just like my channel, I speak on many things on my channel. I do many different reactions. You either like it or you don't. And it's okay. That's fine. No love lost towards me. But I'm going to get that word out. Most don't like when you have adult conversations and you say the quiet things out loud. Let's continue.
Recently, I have had to be very mindful of the enemy more than ever. I mean, I've always been a fighter. I've always had a temper. The devil has been trying to get me to come out in my flesh to reduce me, and I've had to fight against it consistently. I'm not perfect with this, but I am fighting because I recognize what's happening. And if it's happening to me, I know it's happening to many of you. And I wanted to just give a warning to not fall to your flesh. There are going to be a lot of things coming at you. A lot of people that you hold close to you are going to turn on you. People who are going to choose to not go in the direction that you are going. There are going to be things you cannot control.
And it's okay. It's okay. You still love them. You still care for them. You just know that by you picking up your shoulder pads and your helmet and you walking on, they can't come with you on that journey. There are so many individuals that I had to walk away from. Literally. Did it hurt? Yes, but I knew it had to be done. Because I'm in a different place in my life. I have peace of mind. I can sleep comfortable at night. I can carry my shoulder pads and my helmet and ain't got to worry about nothing. Because I know that I am covered. I get it. Not every woman gonna like me. Good. I'm glad. But there's gonna be one that will. Because that one is gonna see the masculine king in me. That one is gonna see a gentle giant in me. It's okay. Had a failed marriage, 14 months. Good. It's okay. I knew what happened. Her family and friends may have didn't know what happened, long as I knew and what was revealed to me. Good. I don't carry filth. I don't carry anger. I don't carry bitterness. I don't carry hurt. That's why I started this channel. And I'm 96,000 subscribers strong. Because I built things on a solid foundation of truth, experience, and what is real, and come from the shoulders with it. And wish a ninja would.
But the one thing you can control is how you react to it. If someone is trying to make you angry and you let them, you lost. If someone is trying to push you to sadness and you let them, you lost. If someone is provoking you to fear and you let them, you lost. You have to be strong right now and control your emotions and reduce your flesh. You are trying to enter into the kingdom and understand the devil is trying to put a hard stop in it. If you allow him to do that because of your flesh, you are just letting the devil win. Recognize what it means about peace being removed from this earth. And so when people start acting irrational, that they're completely driven through their flesh, they just want to bring you down no matter what, especially when they call themselves Christians, understand that they are just being manipulated by the enemy in order to bring you down and keep you out of the kingdom.
One thing I've always said, the enemy watch game film on you. Like you watch game film on the enemy is watching game film on you. Okay? This This is chess, not checkers. And you have to move strategically. Men, I'm talking to men and women. You have to learn how to move strategically. Don't get caught up in your feelings and your emotions and your flesh and all of that. Sometimes you have to learn to just stay humble and just stay quiet. Just sit and rest in Yeshua. Rest in the word. Find your resting place and rest there. Sit there. But always keep your eyes on the swivel. Because one thing you don't want to do is get caught up in the wash.
And what they do is they hope that you're weak enough in your faith that it works. That last Matrix movie, it has a good depiction of this when they show that swarm mode. These people that get activated and the enemy sends them all at once to take you down, even if it means destroying themselves. Your only answer is Yahuwah and living in the peace that he provides. And so that's what I wanted to warn the remnant of and remind you of.
And with that being said, I want to thank each and every individual for tapping into this live stream. My message: rest in Yeshua. Move quietly and strategically. There's so much good out there, so many good individuals, men and women that have been walking around the universe. Hey, it's you now. Be that light. Don't let your light go dim. Stay strong, people.